everybody. This is David here, aka Chessman, and we're here today to go over the World Chess Champion match that happened in 2013 between Magnus Carlsen and Vishy. Vishy was the world champion at the time, and Magnus Carlsen was the challenger. Um, there's already spoilers, so you can already see on the screen that Magnus Carlsen won 6.5 points to 3.5 points. Magnus Carlsen was already world number one in rating at that time. Um, he was almost 100 points ahead of Vishianon. But anyway, we're here today because we've been taking a look at the World Championship matches along with other tournaments as well. We've been taking a look at what openings they use because I think one way of choosing which openings to study is to see what the best in the world play and then copy them. I think copy is the best form of flattery. And yeah, so let's get into it. If you've never been on this channel before, I use the website 365chess.com, and you can come to here. This website, it's free. Almost everything is free. There are courses you can buy, but there's also free courses. And there's the Opening Explorer. You could look up tournaments and players and look up what games they played recently. Um, so one feature they have that I'm going to be using is you can click, there's this thing over here that says opening, and what you do is you click on it and it shows you the opening that was played in the game. So it's really convenient. So this website has done all the work for us. We're just going to reap the benefits. All right, so let's get going. There were 10 games in this match. That's all it took for Magnus to win the game, 6.5 to 3.5, because whoever got 6.5 points first won, because it was best out of 12. And so Magnus won in 10 games. So let's get going. All right, so get your notebooks out, get your word pad or your word whatever document thing that you use to take notes. If you're a continued subscriber or viewer of my channel, then you probably already have your notes, so open them up, and we're going to be adding to them. The first game they played an A07 Rady King's Indian Attack Barxa system. And in case you're not taking notes, I'm going to run through the moves in case that's how you're trying to memorize this through seeing. So it's knight f3, d5, g3. If you come to this website, you can look at the grandmasters who've played this opening, and you can look at their games and see what they played from here. And yeah, get way better at the openings. Alright, so that was the first game. It was an A07 Rady King's Indian Attack. The second game, they played a B18 Carol Khan classical variation. And the moves go E4, C6, D4, D5, knight C3, D takes E4, knight takes E4, bishop F5. That's the B18 Carol Khan classical variation. Looks like we just went over this one, so I'll just repeat it real quick. The third game, they played the A07 Rady King's Indian Attack Barxa system again, and it's knight f3, d5, g3. In the next game, they played a C67 Roy Lopez Berlin Defense Open variation, and that opening goes e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, knight f6, castle kingside, knight takes e4. Excuse me. That's the C67 Roy Lopez. The fifth game, they played a D31 Queen's Gambit Decline with 3 knight c3, and it goes d4, d5, c4, e6, knight c3. That's the d31 Queen's Gambit declined. Next, we have another Roy Lopez. This time it's the c65 Roy Lopez Berlin defense. And it goes e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, and knight f6. This was played by Vishy quite a few times, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave and Fabiano Caruana, along with Levan Aronian and Vladimir Kramnik. So very popular. You should know it. Should learn it. C65 Roy Lopez. And in the next game, the 7th game, we got the same thing. So I'll just say it real quick. The C65 Roy Lopez Berlin defense. We already got that one. We'll continue. In the 8th game, we already covered this one. In the 4th game, I'll just repeat the title. It's the C67 Roy Lopez Berlin defense open variation. And you know, I'll just run it through just because I feel like it. It went e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, knight f6, castle kingside, knight takes e4. And that's the c67 Roy Lopez. In the 9th game, they played an e25 Nimzo Indian same-ish variation. This one's kind of long, so good luck memorizing it. It goes d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop b4, a3, bishop takes c3 check, b takes c3, c5, f3, d5, c takes d5. That's the e25 Nimzo Indian, same-ish variation. And in the last game, they played a b51 Sicilian, Canal, Sokolsky, Nimzovich, Rosalimo, Moscow attack. And the opening goes e4, c5, knight f3, d6, bishop b5 check. And that was the 10th game. Magnus only needed a draw, and he got it. And so that was the end of the tournament. And so again, I would add these. Hopefully you watched my other videos, and so hopefully now you have a big collection of openings to study. Hopefully you've been studying them over the last few weeks, and hopefully some of you came to this website and looked at the games to see what moves were played from this position. Or you can also go to chess.com and use the analysis board and see what the computer likes and explore different options. Those are great ways of extending your opening knowledge. And studying the openings is to me is very tough, but shortcuts like figuring out which openings to study, it's always great when you can find a shortcut. And seeing what the best players in the world play, that's a great shortcut, instead of going through all the openings and trying to figure out on your own which ones are good. Because at this stage, we don't really know what openings are good. We don't know why so many openings are playable. We don't really get it. So let the best players in the world do all the homework. Let them figure out the strategy and why they chose the openings they chose, and we'll just benefit. So that's it for today. I'm gonna keep covering the World Championship matches. I'm working my way back. I think the next one was in 2011, but I could be wrong. Maybe it was 2012. I'm really not sure, but I have my way of looking it up. I use Wikipedia, so that's my other secret. I use Wikipedia to look up the World Championship matches. I can't wait till we get to Garry Kasparov and Anatoly Karpov. Those are my favorites. But we got a long ways to go before we get to them. If there are any tournaments that you think I should cover, let me know. If there's any specific games you think I should analyze and we should make a video about it, let me know. Put it in the comments and I'll try to find it. Just put down who was in the game and what year, or what tournament and what year. Basically, if I can find it on 365chess.com, because I can easily get the PGN from it, so, and it doesn't cost any money. So if I start making money, then I'll be able to use other resources to and maybe I will anyway, because I'm kind of interested. So maybe I'll do it anyways. There's chessopenings.com, which I think that if I remember, that's what or chessgames.com. And it has a lot of, you can look up tournaments and players as well. So it's just, it costs money if you want to download the PGN. Anyway, so that's it for today. If you haven't already, check out my other videos. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great one. Bye.